Hey, welcome to another radio video, and this is a little video about another digital mode. This one's a little more difficult to copy, and it's kind of a very unusual. This is JT65. JT65 is a special digital mode. It's extremely powerful in the fact that even a very, very low signal in the noise can be decoded by the software. The piece of software I'm using to decode is JT65HF, which is this little piece of software. It's available at version 1.0.9.3. And this is what it looks like. Basically, JT65 is a mode where people transmit for 48 seconds, and then there's a 12-second pause, and basically it's 13 characters only per transmission. So you've got these little contacts here, and you see all these amateur radio stations that actually make the contact. So here you see the receive and progression, and once this is done and it's going to be fully progressed, which is about 48 seconds, you'll see here a new message that's going to show up above this one. You see the green line means that the station is calling CQ. And here we go, DL2, DXD, K7RE. So the 12 second, actually multiple stations here. Actually what happens is every 12 seconds of silence lets the program decode the message and display it here. So like I said, it's 13 characters. You cannot say more than 13 characters long every transmission. It's not a lot, but it's enough to, for example, send a CQ or send IDs of contacts between stations. It sounds like this. And here we've got a CQ from ON5UN, so which is a European station. So this is a special mode. It's really a weird little mode, but like I said, it's one of those modes where even if you have a high noise level and the sound is really buried deep in the noise, it still decodes. It's really an amazing little mode for that. And another cool thing about JT65 is that there's it's not an official rule, but there's a kind of rule that all stations using JT65 are at maximum 5 watts of transmission power. That's not a lot. 5 watts, that's it. That's the maximum allowed. So it's pretty cool because you know that, for example, this European station was using probably 5 watts or less to transmit from Europe to North America, and it still went through. So it's pretty amazing. And here you see this one called CQ. Then there's a station and a CQ here. They're trying to make contact. It's pretty cool. It's one of those modes where it's really special. One of the things that you really need if you want to decode this mode, first of all, I think this piece of software, JT65HF, is the best piece of software to decode it. But there's a little catch. Your clock, the time on your clock needs to be extremely accurate. Less than 1 second's difference with UTC. And even better than 0.5 seconds is even better. So you really got to make sure your clock on your computer is precise. If the clock is off more than 2 seconds, you won't be able to decode any of those messages. So it's really special mode for that. So you got to make sure your clock's right. Actually, on many of the websites that talk about JT65, they're mentioning that to really have an accurate clock, they suggest that you install some software that really gonna make the clock extremely accurate. In my case, I didn't install any software. I just manually made sure that the clock was precisely on the dot. And so as soon as your clock is okay and that your program's installed, it's pretty easy. You hook up the audio to your computer, and it just does the work on its own. You got nothing to adjust, and you just leave the program alone. But keep in mind, if you can't decode any of these messages, you really need to put your clock as precisely as possible with UTC. What I did to actually put it accurate is I put WWV time signal on, and I actually manually put the clock precisely on my computer with the audio of WWV so that it matches perfectly. So I'm at really almost perfect time of UTC here. So this is the JT65 mode, and one of those amazing little modes in the digital amateur radio world. And basically the signals are heard pretty much 15 meters I hear a lot, 20 meters also, so 21,076, 14,076, 77, 7 I heard in 40 meters also, which was 7.037 or something like that, if I remember well. So tune around these frequencies and listen to that signal. Slow changing tones. This is JT65. So give it a try. Another little type of mode and transmission mode that you can decode and you can try on your computer. And even if you have a small portable radio, if you've got SSB, single sideband, I'm sure you can decode it. Just try it. And JT65 HF is a free program you can download to decode, so could be a fun little weekend project if you're into digital modes or are intrigued by them. So thanks for watching. 73.